Imagine waking up tomorrow knowing that your legal right to live, work, and exist in the country you've called home for years could be wiped out by a single Supreme Court ruling. Sighs. That is the exact reality right now for hundreds of thousands of Haitian immigrants. In a massive legal escalation, the Trump administration has officially asked the Supreme Court to step in and greenlight the termination of temporary protected status, TPS, for roughly 350,000 Haitians. This isn't just a dry courtroom procedural. It is a high-stakes policy battle that threatens to upend entire communities across the United States. Serious. The administration is arguing that temporary means temporary and that lower activist courts are illegally handcuffing the executive branch's right to govern. But immigration advocates and federal appellate judges are fighting back, claiming the termination ignores the catastrophic, life-threatening collapse of Haiti and may be rooted in racial animus. With the administration's broader mass deportation strategy hanging in the balance, the geopolitical and human stakes have never been higher. Before we break down the emergency Supreme Court petition, the explosive lower court rulings, and the intense fear gripping American towns, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like on this video, and tell me in the comments, does the executive branch have the absolute right to end TPS whenever it sees fit? Let's dive into the facts. The legal showdown over America's immigration framework has officially reached the highest court in the land. On Wednesday, U.S. Solicitor General D. Sauer filed an emergency petition asking the Supreme Court to override a lower court injunction and allow the Trump administration to terminate temporary protected status for Haitian nationals. Created by Congress in 1990, TPS is a legal designation granted to migrants whose home countries are too dangerous to return to due to armed conflict, natural disasters, or total political collapse. Haiti originally received this designation following the catastrophic 2010 earthquake. Since then, it has been extended by multiple administrations, including the Biden administration after the 2021 assassination of Haiti's president, as the island nation continues to be ravaged by extreme gang violence, food shortages, and total political instability. But the Trump administration's Department of Homeland Security has drawn a hard line, originally setting a February 3rd expiration date to strip these protections. Solicitor General Sauer's argument to the Supreme Court is straightforward. The program is fundamentally temporary, and Haitian immigrants have always been aware that their protected status could be revoked. Sauer argued that lower courts are continually overstepping their jurisdiction, illegally blocking major executive branch policies in ways that actively damage the national interest and American foreign relations. The emergency appeal comes directly on the heels of a major defeat for the administration. Earlier this month, a divided three-judge panel from the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit blocked the termination. The appellate majority ruled that the government failed to prove it would suffer irreparable harm by simply keeping the program active during the trial. Conversely, the court found that deporting these immigrants back to Haiti would result in severe, well-documented danger. Furthermore, lawyers for the Haitian plaintiffs successfully argued at the trial court level that the termination was not based on actual conditions on the ground, but rather on a preordained agenda driven by impermissible racial animus. They pointed to a history of disparaging public comments made by President Trump regarding Haitian immigrants. Sauer fiercely pushed back against this in his Supreme Court filing, accusing the trial court of relying on cherry-picked statements from the president and former DHS Secretary Kristi Noem. He argued that their rhetoric simply advocated for standard, tough-on-crime immigration enforcement and provided absolutely no legal proof of discriminatory intent. The human and demographic impact of this legal battle is staggering. We are talking about roughly 350,000 Haitians who are deeply integrated into the American economy, many of whom are financially supporting relatives back in Haiti who cannot work due to the rampant violence. You can see the localized impact in places like Springfield, Ohio. Springfield is a city of roughly 58,000 residents, and it is currently home to an estimated 10,000 Haitians. Ahead of the initial February expiration date, absolute panic rippled through that immigrant community over fears of imminent federal raids. The fear was so intense that some local American families actively took Haitian neighbors into their spare bedrooms and basements to offer refuge until the appellate judge temporarily blocked the deportations. But this Supreme Court showdown is about much more than just Haiti. It is the linchpin of the administration's overarching mass deportation agenda. The Homeland Security Department has signaled its intent to terminate TPS for hundreds of thousands of people across multiple nations. In late February, the Solicitor General filed a similar emergency petition to strip protections from Syrian immigrants. And previously, the Supreme Court allowed the administration to successfully move forward with plans to lift TPS protections for over 300,000 Venezuelan immigrants. As Jeff Pippoli, the lead attorney for the Haitian plaintiffs, stated, they are confident the facts and the law will speak for themselves when they file their mandated response to the justices on Monday. Meanwhile, Guerline Jozef, executive director of the Haitian Bridge Alliance, issued a stark warning. The conditions on the ground in Haiti today are significantly deadlier than they were when TPS was first granted in 2010. The Supreme Court is now poised to make a ruling that will instantly dictate the fate of 350,000 people and redefine the limits of executive power over U.S. immigration policy. If the justices side with the Trump administration, the legal shield evaporates, paving the way for one of the largest coordinated deportation efforts in modern American history. If they side with the lower courts, it delivers a massive paralyzing blow to the White House's signature domestic agenda. The tension in cities like Springfield, Ohio, is palpable, and the entire nation is watching to see how the highest court interprets the bounds of temporary relief. Would you like me to generate a highly clickable YouTube title and an AI image prompt to create the perfect thumbnail for this script?